proximity, short distance, third house here, and the need to share and expand knowledge for humanity concerns Uranus here in the ninth house, conjunct Mars, conjunct the North Node. So using the details of important basic level knowledge, third house, South Node, and expanding on it, the ninth house, North Node, is prevalent here with your full moon prediction, because Uranus right here liberating, innovating, and more importantly trying to bring something into the future, which would be, you know, Uranus's energy and expertise, and also with the North Node, the future. And Taurus meaning here humanly values that are sacred for one's survival, and Mars is helping to separate any broader knowledge that does not fit this equation, because Mars separates as well as many other things, but here it's separating that. So because here humanity concerns Uranus are depending on your Virgoian energy to help mutable Earth, your Virgoian energy to help, because you know your mutable Earth, it makes the necessary, or we could say initiate change here in the material that helps to understand exactly why the need to understand broader principles of sacred knowledge. Taurus, the ninth house, Uranus is paving the way to a more sovereign and simple future. So the T-squares go into further detail of how, why, and what each tension area of the Grand Cross is striving to achieve from the native, which is you, the native. Now there are 3 bisextiles activated outside and during the full moon. First bisextile includes Black Moon Lilith, 13 degrees Cancer in your 11th house right here. And it trines over to your South Node, 17 degrees in Scorpio, your 3rd house, connecting with the midpoint Mercury, 12 degrees Virgo in your 1st house by semisextiles, which require little effort on the native's part. They're 30 degrees apart, connecting the trine here. Again, the theme here is initiating or catalyzing some degree of change regarding community, which is your 3rd house here, and taken what has been tried and tested, which is 3rd house Ketu, and emotionally solidified Scorpio, and exposing it to society or the collective near and far, 3rd to the 11th here, or excuse me, right here, 3rd to 11th, through this trine to Cancer, which is connected through Black Moon Lilith at 13 degrees. So what's this about? Well, we have Black Moon Lilith here, 13 degrees Cancer in the 11th house. So the karma / lessons, the South Node in Scorpio, 3rd house is trine Black Moon Lilith, 13 degrees Cancer, 11th house, creating a sense of growth or maturing into a matriarchal figure that is able to safely / securely, Cancer, share wisdom as somewhat of a physical guide here. So this is creating your ability to be a physical guide, because the midpoint to this bisextile is Mercury down here at 12 degrees in your 1st house, which is your physical body, your persona, your rising sign here. And Mercury is the messenger, and it's in Virgo 1st house. So all in all, your guidance to others at large, it will be medicinal, or has now become medicinal, Virgo and Scorpio, or Virgo and Mercury right here. So the next bisextile, which is Mars here, 25 degrees That was the first one. So the second one here with Mars at 25 degrees conjunct Uranus, 18 degrees conjunct the North Node, 17 degrees, and then in the ninth house of Taurus is trine Pluto retrograde at 26 degrees in Capricorn, which is your fifth house right here. So the midpoint is, let's see, let me see. So first, excuse me, so the next bisextile, let me rewind here, is Mars 25 degrees and it's conjunct Uranus 18 degrees and the North Node 17 degrees in your ninth house of Taurus. And it's trining down here Mercury at 12 degrees in your first house of Virgo. So the midpoint here is 13 degrees Black Moon Lilith, which is in the sign of Cancer that rules your 11th house. So this is connecting the trine energy through semi-sextiles, 30-degree aspects. So the theme with this bisextile here are all supporting the need to help humanity heal the dark feminine, the true matriarch, which is Black Moon Lilith right here. And what is also intensifying in a good way, which is creating a safe and secure arena to do so, is the fact that Black Moon Lilith is in the sign of Cancer, creating the safe place. And Cancer is cardinal water, which it's initiative. It's an initiator of this idea. So Virgo, your ninth house is loaded up here, and Taurus in your first, Taurus and Mercury here in your first is helping you retain this medicinal information, which is medicinal and bestowing the ability, the left brain. You know, Mercury is left brain because it rules Gemini, to make it palatable and effective, which is why it's like the universe is doing this to call you up to be a guide at this time to really push forward in a practical, mutable earth way to, you know, get some of this information, energy out into community so we can build upon it, you know. So the last bisextile includes, so here is the last bisextile for you, which is up here. And I like this bisextile very much because it's different. So it includes Mars 25 degrees here in your ninth house in Taurus. And of course we have the other energies that are connecting with Mars or conjuncting Uranus 19 degrees and North Node 17 degrees. And Pluto over here, it's trine Pluto over here, retrograde 26 degrees in the sign of Capricorn, which rules your fifth house. And the midpoint to this trine is merging up here into Neptune, 24 degrees retrograde in the sign of Pisces, which is your seventh house, your descendant. So your soul renewal, which is Pluto 26 degrees retro, now has new ambitions to serve society, you know, because that's what Capricorn is a lot about, you know, service, you know, to society. And here Pluto 26 degrees retrograde is in a balsamic phase and needing to fully understand the soul renewal purpose before it enters the 6th house of service, a new area of your chart. That way it can move into a daily routine and provide this service that we talked about in order to give back to the collective. Okay? And this will do wonders for your soul as well. So it's, you know, it's a balance to give and take. And then now you're expanding North Node right over here. Your passion / desires with Mars. Concerning new / innovating with Uranus. Spiritual natural law values, which is Taurus 9th house, spiritual natural law values. And I added spiritual because the trine is pouring into the 7th house, where Neptune 24 degrees retrograde is in Pisces. Because this is 7th house, this tells me perhaps this will very well lead you back to God within yourself, within your shadow, the 7th house. So this is also understanding parts about you